welcome back to another episode on Ballam Road Dairy Farm. As we said on the previous episode, we would join you again in October. It's dry. So, whilst you're away, I completed the baling in the road up fields. Obviously we've got the meadows that we've mown. I wanted to create into hay just to fill the troughs, which will need to be done at some point. I've also started to bring in some of the cows into the sheds, but it is a very slow process. Disappointingly, I've got a few ideas how I'm going to get around that. We do need to look at that because it's just really slow. So we'll just have a quick check on our crops that we've got in. So obviously 21, 1 and 20 are now full of weeds and are growing, so we will need to treat them fields at some point. Field 2 is obviously 2, 6, 18, 17 is all grass. I'm hoping that, so field 2 is actually ready now to cut again, which we need to obviously do at some point. And we've got to wrap all the bales, but we've got no money. So the first port of call is to check the silage is done. So I think what we need to do is get some silage and we will go and sell it. Just leave this here for now, we'll need it shortly. Yeah, so we'll need to generate some money. We need to, I wonder which trailer will hold the most. Probably the loading wagon. And just thinking in terms of, we do need some money. It'd be great to get a bale wrapper, and obviously we'll need a trailer as well to transport the bales. We need to keep some of the silage so we can start making TMR, because we're just feeding with hay currently. But for now, let's see how much a load is, how much money we can make on a load. The one thing about moving the animals back inside is it adds a layer of realism to the animals on the farm, the noise, which I quite like. We've also got some milk to collect that we can take and check the dairy out to make sure that it's still got plenty as well, or we'll sell it at the farm shop to bottle up for our local customers. And we can obviously take some to the biogas facility that we've got on here. That would be good to send some silage down there as well. still quite dark for early in the morning. We did say today we would turn it on to a bit quicker. Get that done. As always, there's a lot to do. So we've actually nearly got 913,000 left in there, so a lot of silage. Which is good. I would think we'll need quite a bit during the winter. It, we're full, because obviously the grass will not grow in the winter months. So let's just have a quick look with the price, where the best place is to take this. There it is. There's not much between them. So the biograss and the homestead farm. Just gonna have a quick look where exactly that is. Oh, it's just up the top there. And I think that is the biogas. It is. Could actually take some of our bales once we've wrapped them fermented across to the biogas, but certainly for now we are going to take this 23,000 down to Homestead, and let's get it sold and see how much we're going to get for it. I'm really keen to get the wrapper and trailer. I really want a new tractor because we always default to the best one, but I think it'd be useful to get something that's a little bit quicker on the roads, because we've got to do a lot of transporting. Find out how we and where we do this. So it's there. Should think there's a gate in. Is there not? Nope, no gate. That's good. Just between these two pallet fences. Here comes the money. All that hard graft was worth it. Was worth it. £12,217 a load. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sell 4 or 5 loads more and join you back once I've done that, because that still leaves us with a lot of silage for the moment. And then by that point we'll be able to buy our wrapper and hopefully our bale trailer, and we'll be able to get the wrapping done. So it leave the bale. I might just buy the wrapper, to be fair, at the moment, and get the wrapping done, and then we've got a lot of things to do today, so let's see if we can get on with that. So I'll join you back shortly once we've got a lot more money in the bank. Ta-ta for now. Welcome back. As you can see, the money has risen quite nicely. I think I did 5 further loads. And before I do anything else, I'm going to go and get all the milk. I'm going to sell 1 load, and I am going to put the other load into the dairy, because I've just checked and it's just 2,000 litres back, so we're okay. But we will run out today, so a good opportunity for us to top up. So I'm going to put this in the dairy, because we're going there first. Keep it going, certainly for today and possibly for the next day. Oh, oops. And then I think in the in the new shed, there is another, obviously not from the animals that are in there now, but there was some stored in there, which I didn't realise, so just need to go and find where the trigger is, which is always which I think is here, which it is. Spin round, and we're going. I think if I go through the cut through, we're facing the right way. If it fits, that is. We'll find out shortly. So keep having the issue of backing round. Well, this resolves this issue. There's some here to sell. I thought there might be. We'll just keep the farm shop going. Doesn't like me walking any faster. Where's the trigger? Oh dear. Well, the trigger's there. That was brilliant. 5,700. $2,900 there. So what I believe we're going to do, and I've thought about this, is I'm going to take this down to the shop. I'm going to see how much it is to repair it, because it's starting to become quite hard to pull trailers and stuff. We're going to obviously look at a bale wrapper and see where we go from there. It's a lovely day for a round of golf. Is anybody on the course? We're holding up traffic. Oh, forgot to put my light on. Lovely autumn trees. I'm hoping that to repair this is relatively inexpensive. I don't really want to spend a lot of money on it. It's only going to be really a run around. Like I said, I do want to get a new tractor, which I think is important at some point. Maybe this winter would be nice. Maybe when all the bales are fermented. So we'll first go and do that. It's not picked it up. Absolutely guaranteed. Not quite gone far enough, clearly. So yeah, 6,000 to repair it is not bad. Keeps it running. Good service. And it does accelerate much faster now, so that'll help. The first things we're going to do is we're going to check the used. Nope, no bale. So the bale wrappers, probably use a modded. They're all 54,000 anyway, I think. Yeah, the square ones is 54. It actually does both, but we are on square, so I will purchase that. I know it's an expensive purchase, but required. Didn't check the horsepower. I never check the horsepower. Really hope it doesn't have a horsepower, so that should be okay. So I'm going to send this down to the other farm. Somewhere here in it. It won't go there. But it will go on the main road, right? Well, it'll go most of the way, so that's good, and we'll just cycle through to our others. Yeah, so thinking about animal transport, I'm really not happy with our animal transport, so I'm going to sell it. And I'm going to lease a much bigger one. But with that, I'm going to buy a lorry cab, because the auto load trailer that I want to get, so there's some, you can get 80,000, you can get a basic lorry, which will help. That does do 21 bales, but it's just more expensive. So I think one of these TLX Phoenixes would be nice. And with that, the bale trailer that I really want, so that's 80,000. There's a really nice one that holds 41 bales there for only 35,000. So we could purchase that now. It does have auto load, which is great. I don't think there's any. I'm going to purchase that now. I've done it. And then we need the 80,000 to be able to purchase the cab for that. And then when we're doing the animal transport, we can get, the one here does 32 cows at a time, which will make it in 3 trips rather than 6 at a time. It takes forever. So that would be good. But we need to obviously purchase. Well, we can purchase that or we can lease it. But to lease it is only £3,500. So that's a good thing for us at the minute. I wonder how much it is to lease the. It's £4,000 to lease the lorry. I really think that's a good purchase for us. And then obviously we can look at getting a much bigger trailer. There's lots of options. Obviously the 80,000 just too much. But there's the one there, 80,000, that's 83,000 litres up to 250,000. I'm guessing the unreal capacity is, yeah. And that's nice at 90, but it's just a bit too much. But we can start off. Even the one at 30,000, that's 3 times our capacity. So there's options here. 40,000 on the pace setter. Just probably gives us a few different options. And we've got some silage to sell that we can do something with. And whilst I've done that, my bale wrapper's arrived. Not sure how it's going to be on this machine, but we can try it. I think I'm just going to go over the bridge first and into the first field and just see how it goes with wrapping. Turn on the automatic drop. That's a great idea, that one. I do find this map really dark. See, we can use this old banging tractor to do basic jobs like this, which is great. I know a lot of the guys like to use the round baler with the automatic wrapper straight behind. I just don't like round balers because the fact that you have to stop and reverse back. Just a personal preference. I think this is much, obviously it's not quicker in terms of doing both jobs, but when you're doing hay and that, it is really good. These fields on the right hand side plan is to generate into hay and to fill as far as possible, fill up the troughs, so we know that's all done. Quite a long process wrapping, but I suppose we could have got the trailer, lifted them all back to the farm and then wrapped them with one of the non-movable wrappers, but either way takes time. It's probably the last cut of silage that we'll be able to get on these fields this winter. I would think the grass wouldn't grow very much now. Obviously the plan is with the animals that are generating slurry and stuff, we can fertilise our grass fields using the organic manure. But we're not at that stage yet. I know I've not put any fertiliser on these fields, but which will increase the yield. It's going to take a while to wrap all these bales. I did make a mistake when I was doing the bales. I didn't use the biggest size, which probably would have made us have a few less next time. Get these down here. I'm not sure how long these bales take to ferment on here. Keep an eye on them. And then I do think it's a good opportunity to send some down to the biogas facility. Although we might take a few loads of silage yet. to see what the day has in store for us. Once these bales are wrapped up, we can leave them in obviously the field, and if they do get wet, it's fine. Not ideal to leave them in the field for too long, but we can leave them in for a while because the grass won't be growing. Just depends what time we'll get, if we do get that lorry, but obviously we'll need in the region 140,000 to do that. Do need to plan to bring the rest of the cows in at probably no later than November. We can leave the fat beast out, the beef cattle. That's what I plan to do, is leave the beef cattle. I need to check how many's in that field, because obviously the beef cattle, it might be full. We might need to move some. We will see. Probably just going to do this field on this episode, as it will, as we've got other jobs we need to get on with today, and we can always, there'll be a few episodes within October. We can certainly do some of the other fields. I'm keen to use the last of the sunshine to make the hay. Make the hay while the sun shines. Otherwise we'll lose the opportunity to do that. Which I don't want to do. I need to get plenty of hay in. We don't need quite as much money actually for that lorry, because we've already bought the bale trailer, so I've forgotten about that already. And we're certainly going to lease the to bring the cattle in. We could lease the lorry today but we have got all that silage, and this stuff will be ready before long. So even if we use a little bit more than we want to, we need to save some for the cattle, and we've got that field to cut, which I think I'm probably going to make into silage with and bale it. Field of white here, just about now. I think there's just the one more. I'm going to take it through to the next field ready, but then I'm going to get on with going to get the tedder, some of these fields. I think from memory the gate is, yes, it's here. Still getting used to this map, not very much getting used to it. Should go through this gate. There we go. So for the moment we'll skip on to, probably going to take the tedder with me initially. The windrower initially. We need to get some water for that as well, but not for the moment. Leave the windrower here, go and get the tedder. We can just start with this field here. It's getting brighter now today, which is good. Some winter sun, or autumn sun should I say. Somebody's on the golf course, look. Go well, mate, go well. What I could have done is, when I thought about it previously, is brought the tedder over on the front of one of these tractors. Oh, what? A lot of fields to tedder. Should make a lot of hay for us, enough for the winter. It's the last opportunity, I think, to get it done, so we need to utilise that. Trying to think what I did with the tedder. There it is. Put it inside the clamp. Well, the slurry pit really. Doesn't seem to like this. Maybe they're not horse. Well, we'll find out whether it pulls it in the field in a moment. Hopefully it does. Otherwise we're going to have to go and get our other tractor, which is why I'm keen to purchase another tractor at some point. The lorry's taking precedent, I think. Well, it has now. I might try this field on the right first. See. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. It does pull it. Have I forgot to bale that field? I've forgotten to bale the field. Oh well. We'll have to do that as well now today. Full of jobs. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? We could tether it and create... No, we need the silage. It's good money. It brings a good income. We're going to have more than enough hay over the course of these fields, I think. And I am not very good at driving the tedder today. Once I've done the outside, it'll be much easier to do. I haven't checked the weather forecast today in the hope that there is no rain. It would be almost catastrophic to us. The hard part done. Whiz around these trees. Should only be 4 or 5 runs, I think. Like I said, there's not a huge amount, I don't think, on this grass-wise on the field, but it was doing nothing, so it's all of a benefit to us. Doesn't take too long at all. Quite pleased with this. The only thing with this windrow is you've got to fold it up to get it through the gate place. Don't think it'll quite reach it all, or will it? Just maybe. That's good. That was quick. The one on the road is very small, so that shouldn't take too long at all. Let's fold it up. Should have turned it off first and break it. We'll just whiz around this one. Try not to catch the edge. So, like I said, my driving is atrocious today. See if I can just get these corner bits. Successful. A bit of a funny shaped field this. Well, it's not really a field, but you could make it into a field. Look at like a figure eight, like a peanut really. Trying my best to break this. A little strip down here, and that's two done then. We'll go through that gap, we'll do this, and then I'll go back and down and do the other fields. I'll join you back shortly. Ta-ta for now.